on promoting NHS finance careers. We have Lucy Dutton. So, hello, Lucy, and thank you very much for coming to speak to us today. If you could start by telling us a bit about your current role and your apprenticeship and what you're studying.
Yeah, so I'm currently working at Stockport NHS. I'm a finance apprentice, but I've just recently got a permanent job as a credit payments officer in the credit payments department. That's mainly processing invoices and chasing up things. And yeah,
Oh, congratulations.
thank you.
So, how long has your apprenticeship been? And have you been studying whilst you've been doing your apprenticeship?
Yeah, so I started right at the end of September last year, so that about 6 months. Um, and I've been studying alongside that. So I've been studying AAT level 3, which has been really helpful. I've been doing that at First Intuition in Manchester. That's been really good.
So, how much time do you spend in the office and how much time do you spend studying?
So I'm in the office full time, and then I either maybe take an hour here and there at work because my manager's very flexible. She's more than okay with me doing that. And then at the weekends, I try and revise as much as I can.
Fantastic. So, what first attracted you to a career in NHS finance? Did you pick accountancy first or the NHS first, or was it by complete random?
Well, I was already studying level 2 at a different college, and I was looking at maybe, getting a first job, earning some money. So I thought I was looking through the gov.uk website and I came across it. My mum actually came across it and she pointed it out to me and sent it to me, and I applied that day. And yeah, the NHS is just a great organisation to work for. It's just really, to be able to work to work towards such like a worthwhile cause, to sort of be a part of that community, then it's really beneficial.
Fantastic. So, have your expectations been confirmed? What did you expect when you were going to work for the NHS? Because I suppose most people think of the NHS as doctors and nurses and don't realise that there are 16,000 finance staff in the NHS. Is it what you expected working for such a large organisation?
And it's better than what I expected, definitely. I was very nervous because, like I said, it was my first job, so I didn't really know what to expect. I'd done some research, but sort of couldn't prepare myself sort of enough. I sort of went into it, and everyone's been so nice to me, and I've had such great training from managers and colleagues. Are always like they're always helpful, and it's just a great organisation to work for.
So if anyone was thinking of applying for an apprenticeship, a finance apprenticeship in the NHS, what kind of tips would you give them to filling out the application forms or for the interview?
Well, the interview is quite a lengthy process, but it's definitely worth it. But the interviewees, I had Julie Davison and Sarah Braidwood from the Skills Development Network, and they were really helpful. And they just made me feel at ease throughout it all. And yeah, it's worthwhile to just stick at it and to just because it's so nice. It's so, like I say, like I keep saying, it's a nice organisation to work for. You get it's so rewarding. So yeah.
Has there been a particular highlight for you so far?
Oh, definitely getting my permanent job. That was definitely a real highlight. But being told that you've got the job, it's sort of, you know, you get a feeling, you can't really describe it. It's just amazing, to know that all of that hard work that you've put in over the past months has really, worked out. Then yeah.
So what do you spend your time currently doing on a day-to-day basis? Is it do you have set tasks or is it each day different? Like what would you say a usual day is for you?
I would say that each day is different, really. I mean, obviously, there's certain jobs that I need to do, like processing. Like, I've got to prioritize the invoices that have, the nearest due date. But also, I'm chasing up people, for authorization because we have to have authorization for everything. So making sure that authorization is there, and yeah, going through statements, and yeah, I'm gaining more and more experience as I go along every day. So that's really beneficial.
Um, so what do you like most about your job?
Ooh, it's got to be the people. The people are just amazing. They're so helpful. Yeah, you could ask them anything, and I'm always willing to help them as well. If they ever need anything, then I'm always willing to help out, especially at year end. That was we were all helping each other at year end. That was a really valuable experience for me year end, because I wasn't expecting it to be so busy. So having that experience in year end, it was brilliant, and it's really going to help me in the future to be able to prioritize workloads. And yeah.
So what do you find most challenging about your apprenticeship or your current role?
Well, definitely balancing the studying side with the working side has definitely been a challenge for me, because I'm so used to just studying. I'm not used to doing the working and the studying at the same time. So being able to like combine that and find enough time to study has been quite difficult for me. But I'm sort of getting there, and I'm creating like a plan for myself, like a week to week plan. So that's been challenging, but I think I'm getting there.
Um, so I was going to ask you what you see yourself doing after the apprenticeship, but you've already secured a permanent role. So do you see yourself staying in the NHS for the foreseeable future?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah. There's definitely room for progression in the NHS as well. So I'm looking to, move my way up and to sort of, gain as much experience as I possibly can for my future life. And yeah, the NHS, I can't see me leaving anytime soon.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Um, so you would recommend then to others who might be thinking about joining the NHS and Apprentice, you'd recommend it to them?
Yeah, definitely. I'd just say go for it. Yeah, it's such a brilliant organisation, and yeah, it's very rewarding, and everyone's so lovely.
And I suppose as well, people don't realise who perhaps don't work in the NHS that the difference that finance actually makes to patient care and how it has an actual impact on it. And what you're doing really does relate to the patient. So that's fantastic. So well done on all your work. Um,
Thank you.
so what would you say? What would you say is the biggest rewards for working in NHS finance?
Oh, well, you see lots of stories on the news every day, about all of the NHS, the waiting lists and things like that. And being able to provide the resources in order for those treatments to happen, that's sort of really rewarding, knowing that you're like a sort of a stepping stone in that process. It's just mind blowing to think about, really.
That's fantastic. So just to kind of finish, we like to do a little bit of fun at the end, so people get to know a bit more about who you are. What would you say was your favourite film?
Ooh, well, one that I've loved since I was a child was The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. That was one of my all-time favorite movies. Um,
Choice. Good
yeah.
choice. Solid choice. Your favourite book?
Oh, I've not read a lot of books recently, to be honest. I more read the news, really. But I mean, in terms of books, probably Wonder. That was probably a really good book.
And your favourite television show?
Oh, that's got to be Stranger Things. I've just seen the new series.
We were talking about that in the office today ourselves. Everyone
Yeah.
was talking about it. And your favourite food?
Ooh, Nando's probably.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I'll just stop.
No